This bizarre story begins early one morning when the main character, Barry, comes to propose to the parents of his girlfriend, Carol. He says he's been saving up $8 million since he met her in high school, but he simply doesn't have any more money. Carol's mother claims that all this is a pathetic excuse, since the marriage of the only precious daughter should be accompanied by rich gifts. Carol's father says he hears Barry has inherited an apartment in a good area that he can sell. Barry says that this apartment is his father's and the company's, so he can't just sell it. Carol's mother immediately loses her temper and says that he probably just doesn't want to spend money on their daughter. Carol reassures her parents, says that she will sort everything out herself, and then gestures for her boyfriend to go outside. She immediately follows him to have a proper talk. Carol says that her mother is right, and Barry just has to find the missing amount. Barry replies that he can't find more money. Carol starts to get capricious, and says that if he really wants to marry her, he must figure out how to get this amount. Barry realizes he has no other choice and says he will sort out the money, but he needs some time. Turning quickly back, he says that as soon as he gets the money, they will get married as soon as possible. The action moves several hours into the future, to a small coffee shop where Barry has been working all this time. His colleagues say he eats too little for lunch and needs to economize less, but he says he has no other choice. Suddenly, he hears the voice of his beloved Carol, who is talking to her friend about how she is going to get married. A friend tells her that lately all she hears from her is talk about money, after which it becomes clear that Carol is cheating on the protagonist with a wealthy landlord. After some time, her friend asks her if she will really marry Barry, who is not a rich man. Carol says she has no other choice, because she found out she was pregnant a few days ago, and therefore has to get married as soon as possible. She also adds that she can get rid of Barry quite quickly with the help of a property agreement. The protagonist realizes that his heart is completely broken, while Carol tries to call him over, not realizing who is standing in front of her. Barry tries to escape to the staff room, while Carol again begins to act up and insult a man she doesn't even recognize. Finally, she says that she will complain to the manager about such a pathetic establishment. Barry quickly runs out into the hallway and then ends up in the staff room to catch his breath. Emotions from what is happening overwhelm him, and he understands that all this time he has been dating an extremely mercantile person. He is suddenly interrupted by a phone call from his mother, asking if he can pick up his sister from the airport. Barry says that his shift is just ending, then takes off his apron and washes himself thoroughly before heading to the airport. In the office shower, he is overcome with emotion again, and he realizes that he is becoming too sad about what is happening. In a rage, he says that his girlfriend only thinks about money and doesn't care about anything else in this world. Suddenly he hears a system notification that it is changing the global economy, reducing the value of money to 1/1,000,000th of its current value. The system also reports that the money Barry currently has remains unchanged, but he chalks this up to stress-induced hallucinations. Without thinking twice, he gets dressed and goes to the bus stop to catch a suitable route. Once inside, he asks the driver how much a one-way ticket to the airport costs. To his surprise, people start laughing and say that such stories are best left for bedtime stories. One of the passengers says that cash yen will only be used for the bus in a parallel universe where Barry is president. Barry wonders what's wrong with these people, and why they're so surprised when a bus ticket costs just over 1,000 yen. Without attaching much importance to these words, he turns to the driver and asks again how much the fare is. One of the passengers says that even if Barry sold his body, he would not earn even a single yen. Barry asks the impudent man what the hell is going on, adding that he was just asking the price of the ticket. He also claims that he has about 200 yen with him, but people don't believe him and say that it's a lot of money. One cheeky passenger says he's accidentally getting on the bus today so he can pay for Barry. Barry quickly looks around and discovers that there are no cameras here, meaning this isn't a prank. The driver urges him on, telling him that he must either pay the fare or get out of here so as not to delay the route. Barry, without thinking twice, takes out a 100 yen coin and says that he has 2 of them. When people look at this, they start to get incredibly shocked because they haven't seen such large coins for a long time. The cheeky passenger says that this simply can't be, because such a guy can't have such a large sum. Barry remembers the strange words of the system that he heard not long ago, and tries to understand. Is it possible that everything he heard is true? He still tries to pay the fare, but the driver says he doesn't have enough money to give him change. Barry looks closely at his coin and wonders in his mind if 100 yen is really such a huge amount of money now. Hearing foreign expressions from other passengers, he realizes that they are up to something, so he decides to pretend that he doesn't understand anything and just leaves. Not wanting to waste time, he jumps out of the bus to try to figure out what's going on. In the app, he finds that a single phone costs only 1 sen, and an expensive Rolex watch costs no more than 1 yen. The thought of